Which Gemini is the most emotional? Gemini is rarely seen as emotional. It's labeled logical, talkative, detached, the thinker, not the feeler. But that reputation misses something crucial. Gemini doesn't lack emotion. Gemini processes emotion through the mind first. Feelings don't sit quietly in the heart. They move, split, question themselves, and search for meaning. And when you divide Gemini into its three decans, you begin to see that emotionality shows up in three very different and very hidden ways. First, decan Gemini. This is Gemini in its pure Mercury-ruled form. Their emotions are quick, reactive, and verbal. They feel something and immediately need to talk about it, or at least think it through out loud. Emotion sparks curiosity before vulnerability. Instead of sinking into feelings, they analyze them. This decan doesn't linger emotionally. Hurt turns into jokes. Sadness becomes distraction. Love becomes excitement. They move fast because stillness feels dangerous. Stillness might require them to sit with something uncomfortable. So they keep moving. They feel, but briefly. And once understood mentally, the emotion often loses its grip. What looks like emotional detachment is often emotional self-protection. This decan is emotionally reactive, but not emotionally deep. Second, decan Gemini. This is where Gemini becomes emotionally conflicted. Influenced by Venus, this decan feels far more than they admit, especially in relationships. Love matters deeply here, but it scares them. Emotional attachment threatens their sense of freedom, so they oscillate between closeness and distance. They feel emotions in contrast, wanting someone, then questioning it, missing someone, then rationalizing why they shouldn't. Their heart and mind are rarely aligned, and that internal dialogue creates emotional tension. This decan remembers emotional moments vividly, the conversations, the tone, the timing. They may appear lighthearted, but certain words or memories stay with them far longer than expected. Emotion lingers here, quietly influencing choices and attachments. They feel deeply, but inconsistently. Third, decan Gemini. This is the most emotionally complex Gemini. Influenced by Uranus, their emotions are unpredictable, intense, and often misunderstood, even by themselves. They don't just feel emotions, they fracture them. One part of them feels deeply, another part observes from a distance. This decan experiences sudden emotional realizations, moments of clarity followed by detachment. Love can feel electric, overwhelming, and destabilizing. And when emotions hit, they hit unexpectedly, often after long periods of apparent calm. They may seem emotionally detached, but internally there's chaos. Feelings don't follow a linear path. They arrive suddenly, demand attention, then disappear into thought again. This decan feels emotions deeply, but erratically. So, which Gemini is the most emotional? If emotion means immediate reaction and expression, it's the first decan, fast, verbal, responsive. If emotion means attachment, longing, and relational impact, it's the second decan, conflicted, romantic, internally torn. If emotion means intensity and inner chaos, it's the third decan, unpredictable, overwhelming, mentally consuming. But if we're asking which Gemini is truly the most emotional, the one most affected by what they feel, the answer is the second decan. Because emotion isn't just reaction or intensity. It's how deeply something influences your choices. And second decan Gemini lives in emotional contradiction, wanting connection while fearing it, feeling deeply while questioning every feeling. They don't just experience emotion, they negotiate with it constantly. And that quiet negotiation shapes their inner world far more than they ever let on. Do you agree with me? And which decan are you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the updates.